white people. They were pretty much casting a vote to whether black people should stay in this country or not. If it was 2020 or 2019, I just remember seeing 2000, and it wasn't that far off from today's date, and this is June the 18th, 2019, so it wasn't that far off. And they were casting a vote, and one of this white lady, and you could tell she was an evil old she was an evil old heifer. She says that America and the world would be a better place if they just put all these black people back in Africa where they got them from. And she basically said, we got our use out of them. We don't need them no more. There was a handful out of all of the white people in America and across the world, maybe 1, maybe 2% of all of them. They was like, that's crazy. If they gone, we don't have, like, nothing's worth nothing. Because they knew that we were the salt of the earth. We make everything savory. So the white man that was with her, he was like, well, I'm gonna make sure it happened. Well, what happened is, it was a worldwide thing that everyone who had melanin in their skin, how could I put it? They had this device where you walk through it and it could tell you how much melanin you had in your skin, or if you had any in you at all. And they said you couldn't have any curl to your hair in order to stay. You just had to be like pink, pretty much. So what was happening is, a lot of those Europeans that didn't want us to go, they was trying to go with us, but the government wouldn't let them go with us. And the ones that was really trying to go with us and that was ridiculing them, they were being shot, like in front of a firing squad. So we leave. This is worldwide, in China, everywhere. So now they getting what they asked for. Now all the armies got together, and they had made, I guess, some kind of treaty to where the ships and stuff that we were on wouldn't be damaged. So I'm standing in this place, and I see all my beautiful Hebrew Israelite people, and I see us, and I'm looking around, and it's just so many different shades of black, what they call black. And it was so beautiful. But then, since we were all gathered together, I just remember hearing this. It sounded like a shofar, but it was probably 10,000 times louder, and it went like that. It was just, and when it blew, the earth began to shake, and we looked up in the sky, and I seen those colors. We're in this dream again. The sky turned all these different colors. It was beautiful. And I just remember seeing the sky folding back, like the clouds folding back. And I just remember these huge angels just came flying out of nowhere, because what happened is, in this treaty that they signed, what they was going to do was wait until we all got in the water out to sea, and they was getting ready to bomb us on these ships, because they were sending us home. The Most High sent these angels, and these angels was protecting us, and they were mad. And so when we get to where we going, soon as the first people's feet hit the sand of Akabulan, soon as their feet hit the ground, I mean, when I say total, utter chaos. It was missiles flying over our heads, but it was like we were under this protective dome like the firmament. And they couldn't, because we was all gathered in one place. I don't know where it was. This land that we went to, no human had ever set foot there. This wasn't none of the continents that we know of. It's nowhere where the heathens have been. All I know is when we got there, I could smell honeysuckle and all these flowers in the air. You could smell frankincense. You could smell myrrh in the air, cedar, wood. It was all kind of animals everywhere. And it was lions and like tigers and leopards and panthers, and it was animals we had never seen before that these white people say are extinct, and they're not. But we were walking past these animals, and they were like house cats. It was amazing. So we were thirsty. When we would stick our hand in the water was warm. But when we would bring it up to drink, it would be cool. when we would drink it down, and it was sweet. And soon as we got to this land where we were going, all of a sudden, that's when I seen the missile. It was like these countries was fighting against each other. They was fighting, and one of the guys from America, he says, we should have let them effing niggers go. We should have just kept them here, and we would be safe. Because he knew the reason why America hadn't been bombed by these other countries is because the children of the Most High was here. So it was one of those like surreal moments to where all of the people, the ones that believed already knew that was in the truth. We were happy. The other ones, they wasn't happy. They was happy being under the foot and thumb of these Europeans and these Gentile nations. And once they seen that going on, they were looking in awe, because they were like, they didn't know what was going on. And then it was just utter chaos. So here's the last dream, and I'm gonna let y'all go. My daughter and I had the same dream about the same thing. So in my dream, this was last week, I had a dream that it was me and my cousin Bimmy. He's into the truth. He knows what's going on and stuff, and my uncle does too, but he has some issues that he need to work out real quick, as all of us do. So what happened in this dream is we were over my Aunt Dale's house and we were barbecuing. So my little cousin Bimmy was here from California for some reason, and we were barbecuing. So we were in the backyard. I'm on our back deck, me and Bimmy, and we had our Bibles, our Sefer Bibles out, and we were like just talking about scripture and just having a good time in the Most High. Yeah, so we were sitting there, and then we stood up to the grill, and then I'm turning the food, and all of a sudden we heard this knock, but we felt this knock too. It was like this knock, and in the dream I could see it was this huge angel. He was humongous, and he had on war attire like he was great go tear up some stuff. So he knocks on the door. When he knocks on the door, it shakes the very foundation of Aunt Dale's house. So me and Bimmy kind of look at each other like, what is that? So in the dream, I could see around to the front door. He knocks on the front door. My Aunt Chiba, she opens the door, and she was like, what you want? Like that, pretty much. And he was like, y'all ready to go? And she said, we don't know you. We ain't going nowhere with you. And my Aunt Lena was like, yep, ain't going nowhere. We staying right here. So my Aunt Jean looks, and she says, I know who he is. And she just had this smile on her face. So then my uncle was like, I know who he is too. But he was high and drunk. So he started wiping the sweat off his face, and he was like, I'm going. So the angel kind of looked at him like what? And then he just asked him again, y'all ready to go? And nobody in the house was ready to go. So Uncle Sonny was trying to go. He kept saying, I'm ready. My uncle kept saying, I'm ready to go. And when he kept saying that, the angel wouldn't even look at him. So he tried to come out the front door, my Aunt Dale's front door, and the angel had shut the door. It was just standing there in front of the house on the little walkway up to her front door. He was just standing there. But he had fixed it to where where my uncle couldn't get the door open. So I said, Bimmy, let's go around the front and see what's going on. So Bimmy says, okay, cool. So we go around there, and he looks at me and Bimmy, and he has his smile on his face. And he said, y'all ready? We was like, yep. I looked at this angel. I said, I hate it here. I've always hated it here, even as a kid. I said, I'm ready to go. I don't ever want to see this place again. So he grabs me and Bimmy's hand, and he said, hold on real tight, and we just shot up way high. And we were still in the firmament, but I could see the entire earthly plane. And they been lying to y'all. The earth ain't no ball. It was just flat. It's huge. It's vast. It's places that these occidentalized caucasoids have never been. But they want you to think they've been everywhere. So what's going on is, he pointed and he said, look. So we looked, and I could see everything. The United States, everything. But we could see the people, small people, tiny. We could see what they was doing. So then we go down, and he gives Bimmy the end of his robe. And he said, hold on, baby. So we drop down, probably about 5,000 feet. Everything's still tiny, but now we can actually see city. And he said, watch. And he pointed again. But he's talking to us without his mouth moving. The stuff I just said that me and my cousin Bimmy said, like we was ready to go, and I said I was tired of being here. I hated this place. I didn't even open my mouth. I was just thinking that because we were awestruck by the size of this angel. He was probably 15 feet high. So we looked. America was on fire. It was missiles flying everywhere. Everybody was firing on everybody. But all the black people were gone off of each continent. They were gone. I don't know where they were. All I know is that they weren't there. They were not there. I don't know. Once again, we go to this giant piece of land where nobody has ever been. I could smell the honeysuckle, flowers. The water was warm and sweet, cool when you drank it. I've seen the lions and all these animals that is eating people. These ferocious animals, they weren't ferocious anymore. Like I seen a kid, a baby, playing with a lion, a male lion. The female lion was licking the little baby's hair. What it mean? Don't know. I'm gonna find out because I'm gonna dig in my cipher and find out. So all these missiles is flying overhead, and me and Baby both, we could smell, in this dream, we could smell burning flesh. And it was like these places, all the black people have been taken. Whether they knew the truth, whether they was in the truth or not, they have been taken. And the Most High came and got them. So then, my daughter has a dream. She said me and her and Yanni, my other daughter, said that we were standing by this ambulance, this truck or something, this ambulance or fire truck or something. And she said it was missiles flying all over everybody's head. She starts crying. She looks at me. She said, Daddy, are we gonna die here? I said, no, we ain't gonna die here. She said, and right when I said, no, we ain't gonna die here, she said we was gone. I just wanted to share this dream with my YouTube family and let y'all know the Most High is definitely dealing with his people.
This is Raptor News. So everything that I've been teaching you about us leaving has came to pass in this brother's dream. And it's ironic that we are talking about being taken out and Exodus getting ready to happen at any moment. And then these people are having these dreams. And like I said, about 7 months ago to a year ago, my daughter had a dream, pretty much the same thing, that she said we was being taken out by ships, and as we was going, the white people was yelling out racial slurs to us, and almost being violent, like they wanted to come over and attack us. They was mad at us for leaving, and so it's an awesome dream, man, that this brother had. And it was a whole lot more to the dream, but I didn't put it on there because it's far too long. But he was dreaming about Nibiru, the red planet. He was also dreaming about the order, but it was the way that he put it, it was out of order. So the order is that basically he experienced both orders in his dream. One of the orders is the angels lift you out, and basically they only came for the elect. So everybody else in the house wasn't going except for the elect. And then watch this. It's awesome that he said the one brother was drunk and high, and he wasn't going nowhere. The angel wasn't dealing with him. For all the weed smokers out there, the angels ain't dealing with you. I already told you. How the hell you gonna escape reality and then go with reality? You ignorant, And so so in the order that it's going to go in is that the angels is coming to get the elect. One of the things that I liked about his dream is that the angel was kind, because the angels are going to tear these people to shreds. So when they came to us, they were kind, and I was hoping that they'd be kind. That he was polite. He knocked on the door. He spoke kindly. He smiled, and that was awesome, because that's what I was trying to expect from the angels when they came. I don't want to be looked at with a police look, and you're not quite right all the way. You know what I mean? And the angel is sensing it, and he uncomfortable with you. And so, like my household, I said you got to get yourself all the way together. And so this coincides with the last two videos that I put out, that it is time to go, people. So we need to have our bags packed. And how your bags is packed, man, is you are you don't have a blemish on you. Let's say that you are clean, you are spotless, without blemish. Don't be coming as a drunk, no fornicator, no adulterer, no homosexual, no weed smoker, no drug addict. Don't be coming in foulness, chaotic, all of that. God ain't dealing with all that, man. If you drop all of the sin right now, so when the angels come, they can take you to a higher place. We are not all going to the same place. And so his brother was taking it to different locations to me, but we're not all going to the same place. Those who are higher ranking is going to go to a higher ranking place. I've been having those dreams too, that we are taken to these places, and I have on uniforms like military uniform, like black, with ranking badges and everything on my uniforms, and boots, and I don't know why I have that on. And we're around just nothing but black people. And the thing that bethules me is that the family members, like he was saying, that whether they was good, bad, ugly, and all that, they came. And so that's what happened in the first Exodus too. The good, the bad, and the ugly came, and then they got weeded out later. But I see people that I don't deal with and all that in my dreams, and they're with us and around us, and it's very uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And so to me, Israel has to work out its problems with each other and let bygones be bygones, let it all go before you enter into God's kingdom. So this is Rap the News. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this video. Bless.